Have you ever wondered if the day you were born carries a deeper significance, a spiritual resonance that shapes your journey? Our birth is not a mere coincidence. It is a reflection of our karmic path, revealing insights about our true nature and the challenges we are meant to overcome. Life is full of suffering. This is a truth we all know too well. But within this suffering lies the seed of awakening, the potential for profound transformation. By understanding the spiritual archetype associated with your birth date, you begin to uncover the wisdom that can guide you through life's trials with compassion, resilience, and inner peace. This journey is not just about self-discovery. It's about aligning with the Dharma, the path that leads to liberation from suffering. As we explore the meaning behind your birth date, consider this an invitation to look inward, to reflect on your purpose, and to embrace the spiritual gifts that are uniquely yours. This is a path of mindfulness, of understanding, and ultimately of liberation. In the end, it is not the external world that defines us, but how we respond to it, with wisdom, compassion, and an open heart. Those born on the 1st, 8th, 15th, or 26th of any month embody what we might call the endurer archetype. These individuals are the ones who stand firm in the face of life's hardships, not because they are immune to suffering, but because they have learned to transform their pain into wisdom. Imagine someone who, instead of shrinking from difficulties, meets them with unwavering courage. For these endurers, life's challenges are not barriers, but stepping stones towards spiritual growth. They understand that each hardship is like a forge, where the fires of suffering burn away the impurities, leaving behind a stronger, more resilient spirit. This is a deeply personal path, one that requires introspection, self-reflection, and a willingness to confront the inner battles that most would rather avoid. Endurers do not simply survive. They thrive, using each challenge as an opportunity to cultivate patience, determination, and insight. Their journey is one of constant growth, not just for themselves, but for those around them. They become a source of inspiration, a living example of how one can turn adversity into a path toward enlightenment. Their strength becomes a beacon of hope for others, reminding us that no matter how difficult life becomes, there is always a way forward. In a world filled with suffering, the Endurer teaches us that the true test of our spiritual journey is not in avoiding pain, but in embracing it as a catalyst for transformation. They show us that we are stronger than we often realize, and that within each of us lies the capacity to overcome even the most daunting challenges. So when life's burdens feel too heavy, look to the endurers among us. They remind us that the path to peace and understanding is not found by avoiding difficulties, but by walking through them with a heart full of courage and a mind focused on the Dharma. If you were born on the 2nd, 6th, 16th, or 23rd of any month, you may embody the qualities of what we might call an empath soul. These individuals possess an innate ability to deeply feel and understand the emotions of others, often to the point where the suffering of others becomes their own. This profound sense of connection is not just a gift, it is a reflection of the Bodhisattva path, a path of selfless compassion. Empath souls are like gentle streams that nourish the earth, bringing comfort and healing wherever they go. Their hearts are wide open, always ready to listen, to comfort, and to offer a kind word. Yet, in their desire to alleviate the suffering of others, they often forget to care for themselves. The Buddha teaches that we must find balance in all things, and for empath souls, this balance lies in nurturing their own spirit while they care for others. By turning inward and practicing self-compassion, they strengthen their ability to serve those around them. The spiritual journey of an empath soul is one of deep emotional healing and self-awareness. It is through mindfulness and self-reflection that they learn to replenish their own energy, ensuring that their compassion remains a source of strength rather than exhaustion. In doing so, they embody the Buddhist ideal of loving kindness, metta, not just toward others, but also toward themselves. Empath souls shine like beacons of light in a world that often feels dark and disconnected. Their presence is a reminder of the power of compassion to heal and to unite. Yet, it is crucial for them to remember that just as they tend to others, they must also tend to themselves. In Buddhism, we are taught that true compassion begins with self-compassion, for we cannot pour from an empty cup. In the end, the empath soul reminds us of the importance of empathy, both for ourselves and for others. They show us that through the practice of compassion, we can create a world filled with more understanding, more kindness, and more peace. If you have an empath soul in your life, cherish them deeply, for they are the ones who bring light into the darkness, one act of kindness at a time. If you were born on the 3rd, 9th, 18th, or 25th of any month, you may resonate with the seeker archetype. These individuals are driven by an insatiable thirst for knowledge, not just as a pursuit, but as a way of life. For seekers, learning is not merely an intellectual endeavor. It is a spiritual practice, a means to uncover the deeper truths of existence and to guide others on their path. Seekers understand that true wisdom goes beyond what can be found in books. It is rooted in experience, in the trials and tribulations of life that challenge us to grow and evolve. Each obstacle, each hardship is seen as an opportunity to gain insight and to deepen their understanding of the world and themselves. In this way, seekers embody the Buddhist principle of mindfulness, embracing every moment as a chance to learn, to grow, and to cultivate wisdom. But the journey of a seeker is not always straightforward. The relentless quest for knowledge can sometimes lead them astray, pulling them away from the present moment and into the endless pursuit of answers. Buddhism teaches us that while seeking knowledge is important, it is equally vital to remain grounded in the here and now. The present moment is where true understanding arises, where we can fully engage with life and appreciate the beauty of what is. Seekers are like lanterns, lighting the way for others who may be lost in the darkness of confusion or doubt. Their wisdom becomes a guiding light, helping others navigate the complexities of life with clarity and purpose. Yet, even as they illuminate the path for others, seekers must remember to pause, to breathe, and to find balance in their own journey. The Buddha's teachings remind us that the middle way, avoiding extremes, is key to finding peace and enlightenment. In the end, the seeker's journey is one of continuous learning, not just for themselves, but for the benefit of all beings. By balancing their pursuit of knowledge with mindful presence, they can fulfill their role as both student and teacher, sharing the insights they gain and helping to create a world where wisdom and compassion go hand in hand. If you were born on the 4th, 10th, 17th, or 27th of any month, you may embody the artisan archetype. These individuals possess a rare combination of humility and creativity that allows them to see the world not just as it is, but as it could be. For artisans, creativity is a spiritual practice, a way to connect with the divine and bring forth the beauty that lies within everything. Artisans have a unique gift for transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. Whether it's through painting, writing, crafting, or any other form of expression, they infuse their work with meaning and purpose. Their creations are not just objects, they are reflections of their inner journey, imbued with the essence of their spirit. In Buddhism, this is akin to the practice of mindfulness, bringing full awareness and intention to every action, every brushstroke, every word. The spiritual journey of an artisan is one of inspiration and transformation. By embracing their creative impulses, artisans tap into a source of wisdom and guidance that transcends the mundane and touches the divine. Their work becomes a form of meditation, a way to explore the depths of their soul and share their insights with the world. In this way, artisans are like bodhisattvas, using their gifts to uplift and inspire others, reminding us of the magic and wonder that exists in every moment. However, like all spiritual paths, the journey of an artisan is not without its challenges. They may struggle with self-doubt, questioning whether their creations are good enough or whether they measure up to their own high standards. Buddhism teaches us that this doubt is rooted in attachment, an attachment to outcomes, to perfection, to the approval of others. The key for artisans is to let go of these attachments and focus on the process itself, embracing the impermanence of all things and finding joy in the act of creation. In the end, the true power of an artisan lies not in the final product, but in the journey of creation itself. By expressing themselves authentically, without fear or hesitation, they reveal the deeper truths that connect us all. Their work becomes a mirror reflecting the beauty and potential that exist within each of us. As they walk this path, artisans remind us that life itself is a work of art, one that we create moment by moment with our thoughts, our actions, and our hearts. If you were born on the 5th, 7th, 19th, or 28th of any month, you may find yourself resonating with the mystic archetype. Mystics are those who seek to understand the profound questions of life, delving into the mysteries of the universe with a calm and focused mind. Their journey is not about seeking concrete answers, but about embracing the unknown, finding peace in uncertainty, and uncovering the wisdom that lies within. Mystics are not content with the surface level of existence. They are drawn to explore the deeper truths that often go unnoticed by others. Like a meditation practice, their lives are centered on introspection, constantly turning inward to connect with something greater than themselves. In Buddhism, this is akin to the practice of vipassana, insight meditation, where one observes the nature of their thoughts and emotions, ultimately gaining a clearer understanding of the impermanent and interconnected nature of all things. The spiritual journey of a mystic is one of continuous exploration, often marked by solitude and reflection. Mystics understand that true wisdom is not found in the external world, but in the quiet moments of stillness, where the mind is free from distractions and open to the teachings of the Dharma. They embrace the mysteries of life, not as problems to be solved, but as opportunities for growth and enlightenment. In this way, mystics live in harmony with the Buddhist concept of not knowing, accepting that some aspects of existence are beyond human comprehension, yet still worthy of deep respect and contemplation. While the path of the mystic is filled with profound insights, it is also one of challenges. They often grapple with existential questions, confronting the nature of suffering, impermanence, and the self. However, instead of fearing these challenges, mystics embrace them as essential parts of their journey. They understand that the spiritual path is not about avoiding difficulty, but about facing it with courage, mindfulness, and an open heart. Through their struggles, they gain the wisdom to guide others, offering a perspective that is both grounded in spirituality and deeply reflective. Mystics are like wise sages, sharing their knowledge with those who are ready to listen and learn. They remind us that the journey to enlightenment is not a straight path, but one filled with twists and turns, moments of doubt, and flashes of insight. Yet, through it all, they remain committed to their quest, understanding that enlightenment is not a destination, but a lifelong pursuit. In the end, mystics teach us the importance of looking inward, of finding peace in the unknown, and of connecting with the deeper truths that lie beyond the surface of our everyday lives. Their journey inspires us to embrace the mysteries of existence, to seek out the wisdom within ourselves, and to walk our own path with mindfulness, compassion, and a deep sense of purpose. If you were born on the 11th, 24th, or 30th of any month, you may embody the hermit archetype. These individuals are drawn to quiet spaces where they can retreat from the noise of the world and connect with their innermost selves. For hermits, solitude is not a burden, but a sanctuary, a place where the mind can settle and the heart can open to the truths that lie beneath the surface. The hermit's journey is one of profound introspection. It's in the silence of solitude they find the clarity and insight needed to navigate life's complexities. This introspective path is aligned with the Buddhist practice of meditation, where one turns inward to observe the mind, uncovering the layers of thought and emotion that often obscure our true nature. Through this deep reflection, hermits gain a wisdom that is not easily shaken by the turbulence of the external world. In their quiet moments, hermits engage in a kind of spiritual alchemy, transforming their thoughts and experiences into insights that guide them and others through life's challenges. They understand that true wisdom arises from within, from a place of stillness and contemplation. This wisdom is not something that can be rushed or forced. It is cultivated over time in the peaceful spaces where the mind is free to explore the depths of its own consciousness. But being a hermit does not mean rejecting the world or shunning human connection. On the contrary, hermits value meaningful interactions and seek out deep, purposeful conversations. They recognize that sharing their insights with others is an important part of their spiritual journey. Just as the Buddha shared his enlightenment with the world, hermits understand that their wisdom is meant to be shared, to help others find their own path to peace and understanding. In Buddhism, we are taught that everything is interconnected, and the hermit's journey is a perfect reflection of this truth. Their time in solitude is not about escaping the world, but about finding a deeper connection to it. By stepping away from the distractions of daily life, hermits cultivate a sense of inner peace that allows them to engage with the world in a more meaningful way. They emerge from their solitude with a clearer mind and a more compassionate heart, ready to offer their wisdom to those who seek it. Ultimately, the hermit reminds us of the importance of taking time for ourselves, of seeking out the quiet moments where we can truly listen to our inner voice. In a world that often values noise and busyness, the hermit teaches us that there is great power in stillness, in turning inward, and in connecting with the deeper truths that reside within us all. Through their journey, they inspire us to find our own balance between solitude and connection, between inner reflection and outer action, and to walk our path with mindfulness, grace, and a heart open to the wisdom of the Dharma. If you were born on the 12th, 13th, 21st, or 29th of any month, you may find yourself naturally drawn to this role. Guide lights are like steadfast beacons, offering support and wisdom to those navigating the often turbulent waters of life. They do this not out of a desire for recognition, but out of a deep understanding that we are all interconnected, and that helping others is a fundamental part of our own spiritual journey. Guidelights possess a unique combination of reliability, adaptability, and an innate ability to offer practical advice. They are the ones people turn to in times of uncertainty, knowing that they will find both comfort and guidance. In Buddhism, this mirrors the concept of right speech and right action, principles that encourage us to use our words and deeds to bring about harmony and understanding. Guidelights live these principles, offering their wisdom not as a lecture, but as a compassionate response to the needs of others. The spiritual journey of a guidelight is one of teaching and learning. They understand that wisdom is not a one-way street, it flows both ways. Guidelights recognize that while they may guide others, they too are students of life, always learning from the experiences and insights of those they help. This humility is a reflection of the Buddhist teaching of anatta, or non-self, where we understand that wisdom is not something we possess, but something we share and cultivate together. Guidelights shine brightest in the darkest moments, much like the light of the Dharma that cuts through the ignorance and suffering of samsara. Their ability to offer clear, compassionate guidance helps others find their way through life's challenges with grace and resilience. This is not just a role they play. It is a reflection of their inner commitment to living a life of service and mindfulness. In Buddhism, the idea of being a lamp unto yourself is a powerful metaphor for finding your own way while also lighting the path for others. Guidelights embody this principle. They serve as teachers, mentors, and friends, always ready to offer a helping hand or a kind word. But they also know that true teaching comes from the heart, from being present and from listening deeply to the needs of others. Ultimately, the guide light archetype reminds us of the importance of community and connection. In a world where it's easy to feel lost or alone, guide lights are the ones who bring people together, who foster a sense of belonging and purpose. Their journey is not just about guiding others, but about walking the path alongside them, sharing in both the joys and the struggles of life. Through their actions, they inspire us all to be a little more compassionate, a little more patient, and a little more wise. If you were born on the 14th, 20th, 22nd, or 31st of any month, you may embody the rebel archetype, a spirit that challenges the status quo, not out of defiance, but out of a desire for genuine transformation and liberation. Rebels are those who see the world as it is and dare to envision how it could be. They question the beliefs and structures that limit our potential for growth, striving to create a world that is more just, more compassionate, and more aligned with the principles of the Dharma. Rebels are not content with surface-level existence. They value authenticity and solitude, often seeking the quiet spaces where they can reflect on their true nature and the nature of the world around them. This aligns with the Buddhist practice of mindfulness, where we learn to see things as they truly are, without the distortions of societal expectations or conditioned beliefs. For rebels, the journey is not about fitting in, but about finding their own path, one that honors their inner truth and the wisdom of the Dharma. The spiritual journey of a rebel is one of self-discovery and liberation. They understand that true freedom is not just about breaking free from external constraints, but about transcending the internal limitations we place on ourselves. In Buddhism, this echoes the teaching of liberation from the cycle of samsara, breaking free from the delusions and attachments that keep us bound to suffering. Rebels are willing to challenge not just the outer world, but their own inner world, confronting the fears and doubts that hold them back from fully realizing their potential. Rebels are driven by a deep sense of justice and compassion. They are unafraid to speak out against injustice, even when it means standing alone. They understand that the path to enlightenment often requires us to go against the grain, to question the norms that perpetuate suffering, and to stand up for what is right, even when it's difficult. This is the essence of the Bodhisattva path, acting with courage and compassion to alleviate the suffering of all beings. Yet, the rebel's journey is not one of isolation. While they may walk a path less traveled, they do so with the intention of paving the way for others. Their descent is not just about rebellion for its own sake. It is a call for transformation, for a shift in consciousness that brings us closer to the truth. Rebels inspire others to question their own assumptions, to seek out their own truths, and to live authentically in harmony with the Dharma. Ultimately, the rebel archetype teaches us the importance of living with integrity, of being true to ourselves and our values, even when it means challenging the world around us. In a society that often values conformity, rebels remind us that real change comes from those who dare to be different, who dare to live their truth, and who are willing to fight for a world that reflects the wisdom and compassion of the Buddha's teachings. Through their journey, rebels inspire us all to embrace our own inner freedom, to question what we've been taught, and to live a life that is true to our highest self. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Your presence here means a lot. If this content resonated with you and you'd like to see more, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It's your support that keeps this journey going. I'd love to hear your thoughts or personal experiences, so feel free to share them in the comments below. Until we meet again, take care of yourself and stay tuned for more thought-provoking and insightful content.